Boy, it's funny, when you got your jig in the exact right spot, this ain't no monster. Well, you know what? He ain't that bad though. We'll hoist him right in here. Another fish for the dinner table tonight, but what I was just about to say, look where that fish is hooked. And I was just gonna say, when you've got your jig in the exact right spot, you can see that tip is just pointing through there. I was running this jig over a bottom that goes like this. And what causes that is the current's been coming downstream for years and years and years. And when it's real high current, it changes the bottom and it makes it kind of like sand dunes. And when you've got your jig in the exact right spot, you'll be ticking on the top of one of those dunes. And then all of a sudden, you'll be not ticking for a second. And you don't necessarily want to drop back down. What's happening is you're in one of those dips and the jig's just above it. And often that's where these fish lay. And you know, I can sit and I can watch my graph. And a lot of times I'll see these fish laying right in the bottom of those dunes, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a minute. But what's really important about it is if I drop that jig right down into the bottom of that dune, there's a good chance this fish isn't gonna see it, because when they're sitting there, you can see where a walleye's eyes are. They're on the top of his head. If I come off of that top right here with that jig and it stays right here, he can see it and turn to come up and get it. Makes a big difference. Don't always feel like you constantly have to be adjusting to stay on bottom. If you're in this type of terrain, go ahead and keep that steady pace. Just be ticking on the top part and make sure that as you drop into that bottom, which you're gonna find in a lot of rivers, that jig's just above them, because that's where these walleyes lay. That's a great dinner fish right there too. They're stacking up.